of Nottingham. It's the Cazoo Premier League, all brought to you by the Professional Dance Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. Would you please welcome back the winner of 3 PDC titles, the reigning Masters champion. It's Hollywood Chris Dobey!
Just wreck the mic, just wreck the mic. Side. Straight up grooving, we can get you grooving. This track's moving, it ain't no hype. Just wreck the mic, just wreck the mic, just wreck the mic. Side. Let's get to rumble. Let's get to rumble.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of 148 PDC titles worldwide, the winner of 6 Premier League titles, and a 3-time champion of the world, Mighty Michael.
Second semi-final of the night. Legue against Chris Dobey. Well, Michael van Gerwen is here targeting a 5th final and a 4th night win, while Chris Dobey is targeting a 2nd final and a 2nd night win. For Mighty Mike, it was a 6-1 demolition of Peter Snakebite Wright in the quarterfinals. For the 2nd week running that's done that. A 95 average, a couple of 180s and 46% on his doubles. He is running riot in this Premier League. Look at that table, 22 points and a lead of 10 over the nearest challenger in the world #1, Michael Smith. Well, talking of Michael Smith, Chris Dobey got past the world champ 6-4 in his quarter-final. It was some quarter-final as well. I mean, he was 5-0 up, but the world champ fought back to 5-4, but Dobey, he held it together, and 6-4 is how it finished, and how ultimately he has ended up here in the semi-final. This then for a place in tonight's final and a place to face Gerwen Price there. It is Dobey against van Gerwen in the company of John Park and Dan Dawson.
Thank you very much, Emma. As you say, Mighty Mike looking for a 4th consecutive nightly win in the Premier League. He is on a 10-match winning streak in this tournament, and it all got going back in week 4 with victory over his opponent right now, Chris Dobey. He has won and won and won since then. Will that winning streak continue? All streaks are made to be broken, though, John, as perhaps these two's respective head-to-head records would attest.
Well, yes, but I think the ominous part here is that MVG has never really looked convincingly at his best for any portion of this streak he's got going. So, were he to kick in, well, he might be unstoppable for a number of weeks more. And but I think for the Dobey perspective here, he's played well tonight. He really kind of got put into an awkward situation in a match. He played very well against Michael Smith.
55.
And he survived well, got that bull finish. But the big picture of the table, he can move into 5th spot above Dimitri Vandenberg after Dimitri lost the semi, if he can win the night again. And he'd have to win this match and then beat Gerwen Price to move into 5th. But you know, you need to have goals when you play.
The goal for MVG is 158 in this opening leg, and it's not going to happen.
58.
And he only takes 58 out of it. So Chris Dobey, a little sliver of an opportunity here.
Well, he was an improbable first week winner.
93.
There were a lot of people questioning if he should even be in the league. And he answered them.
No answer to the riddle of 100 checkout from MVG. One treble required for Hollywood. He has it. And he has the single. Does he have double top? He does, and he's got a breakthrough with it.
Well, I was getting on the train of thought of Improbable and Chris Dobey. If he were to win tonight, his opponents, he would have victories against Michael Smith, Michael Van Gerwen, and Gerwen Price. If he wins the night. Now, how improbable would that be? If you said in advance, okay, where we are today, looking at the table, I mean, but it's about the improbable and separating fact from fiction when we talk about Hollywood.
Well, I tell you what, and nice, I like that. It was too late to pick up on that Hollywood line, but I enjoyed it, John. Thank you very much. But if you go back to last year's Premier League, which was obviously the same format as this, at the end of week 6, we saw Joe Cullen was actually bottom and James Wade was 7th. Now both of those guys made the playoffs and Joe Cullen came within a dart of winning the whole thing. So all is not lost for the likes of Peter Wright and Chris Dobey, but things have got to get good quickly. Things might be getting good for Chris Dobey though. Van Gerwen first to a finish, but Dobey quite well placed. Very well placed. Extremely well placed. It's magnificent from Dobey.
Yeah, it really is.
125.
He's got double 15, but just looking like he can't miss. And he can't. Well, I don't think he was trying to be fair. But he hasn't missed. He's doing really well.
Chris Dobey at the start of this match is doing what he did to Michael Smith at the start of his match earlier on. He's racing off into a lead, he's not missing darts at double, and he's not allowing his opponent darts at double. And look at this from Dobey, it's 180's 3 legs running.
Yeah, I mean, his targeting system is spot on this evening. And he endured some real pressure that Michael Smith got on him in the last bits of that match.
93.
Michael Van Gerwen hits back with his first maximum.
See, that's the thing about Van Gerwen. He actually enjoys when his opponent is playing as well as Chris Dobey is now. It eggs him on and say, oh yeah, I know about that stuff. In here, let me show you too.
Oh, he's shown us a missed big number. And he's shown us a missed start at double. Should have got 2 at tops. Didn't. Only got 1 and that wasn't enough. And 2 at tops for Dobey. He's 3 down a double break, and this is flawless from Hollywood.
Well, he had a 5-0 league against Michael Smith. Only ended up winning 6-4, but he's trying to repeat that, getting that lead of 5-0. He's 2 legs away yet, but he's got the throw now, and MVG must be somewhat more sympathetic to Michael Smith's play than he was a few minutes ago.
Well, if Michael Van Gerwen is going to continue his winning streak, he effectively has to win a game starting now 6-2 or better. Now, even if you are top of the table and you're not going to be dislodged from that point, that is tough against a reigning major champion, particularly one who happens to be averaging 106 right now.
Where did this leg come from? This is an aberration. After 6 starts apiece, they both scored 86.
Well, you know what? Timing works both ways, doesn't it? You want to produce something good when you need it, but if you're going to throw some rubbish, throw it when he's throwing some rubbish as well.
Well, one of them will feel that way because one of them will win the leg. The other, not so much.
That is true.
45.
But Michael Van Gerwen keeps on throwing rubbish here.
And Dobey, after 9 darts, he's at 357 and he has a lead. And now he's finding that treble again.
125.
There was a time when Chris Dobey just could not beat Michael Van Gerwen. He lost his first 11 games against him. The only thing that broke that up was one time where Michael Van Gerwen couldn't play because of COVID, so he got a walkover. But things have started to change. He needs last leg deciders to beat him. They're both 6-5 wins, but they're both pretty recently. Once in the final in the very first week in the Premier League, and once at the European Championship last year. Treble 19 would leave the bullseye, a nice open bullseye for Dobey. But he doesn't get a dart at it.
104. Mike, can you reply? 147.
I need something to click in. We know he's got the capability. Oh, it's tops. What a method he went there. I mean, you would expect treble 18 for double 18, but no, he was aggressive about the finish. Went for ball, got it. Couldn't nail the tops. And that might be a little awkward. Yeah, he caught the outside of it.
He caught the double there, though. It is Michael Van Gerwen 0, Chris Dobey 4.
And for what was a garbage leg at the start, it was really spectacular at the end there. Really special stuff from both sides, but it was Dobey yet again. Yeah, and I don't know how he found that double, that third dart. It was almost twisted in and around without moving.
100.
He didn't take a step or anything that I saw, and he managed to somehow find the bottom of that double.
140.
The six-time Premier League champion is trailing significantly. And Dobey's at it again.
Yeah, and this for a break of throw where he would have to throw to clinch a 6-0.
Well, one treble would get him to a decent finish, a better one than MVG. And he's got there.
Yeah, 130. And the way he's hitting trebles, you'd expect them maybe get a chance at double 5 for that.
56.
Michael Van Gerwen is floundering here. Chris Dobey should get a dart for 5-0. It's at the bullseye.
Well, he got that ball to finally put away Michael Smith, but doesn't get it for the 5-0 lead here.
50.
And brash. Really brash stuff from Michael Van Gerwen, going for bull and staying at the 25.
Chris Dobey is a leg away, a whole throw away from whitewashing the six-time Premier League champion.
Well, if you can end a man's winning streak, this is a spectacular way to do it.
Van Gerwen has had a dart in each of the last 3 legs, and he has missed them all. Now, Chris has been in this position before tonight.
Yes. Yeah, that was a lesser player. No, it wasn't. It was the world champion, world number 1. Yes.
95.
He was 5-0 up on the world number 1 and world champ, and it nearly got away from him. He is 5-0 up on the 6-time champion and title favourite, and he cannot go through the same pain and torture of that opening game.
I think
surely
he might be, because this is a really class leg from somewhere, and MVG's producing. You know, against the throw, down under 100 after 9, poised to get the break and throw, the start, the comeback attempt.
But Dobey is on a one treble combo. Van Gerwen on a slightly better finish. Is it double-double? No, he stays there and can't get the treble, and Chris Dobey could produce the first whitewash of this year's Premier League, and it could be against Michael Van Gerwen. He will get a dart. It's double 16. And Dobey is there. He annihilates MVG. The tables have turned, and Chris Dobey beats Michael Van Gerwen by 6 legs to 0. We said if he kept throwing big numbers, he would not keep losing. I'm not sure anybody expected the turnaround to be quite like this.